the way we own land currently in our society is an anomaly in some sense. It's this Western um, capitalist form of treating land as a commodity that can be privately owned and bought and sold is the is unusual. No cultures, including European culture, had this as their traditional approach. So it's the story of the European conquest of the Americas and the stealing of the indigenous lands is striking example of this, where we not only came in, people were killed, there was genocide practiced, but and then we impose these very alien ideas of land ownership on the cultures that were dominated by the European conquest. But that had been done in Europe too, with the enclosures where common lands were privatized. There was a real political fight, and the people who had common ownership lost that fight to privatization. And my understanding, and from some things I've read recently, it was the same experience for African Americans, who not only were brought here against their will under slavery, but were also introduced to this approach to land ownership that was alien to the African cultures where they came from. So and if you look all over the world, indigenous peoples everywhere have shared ownership. So part of what we were operating in a particular legal system, economic system that exists today, and sort of the creativity that we're trying to use is a creativity of saying, okay, under our current legal structures, how can we embrace the values of community, the values of equitable sharing of land, the values of thinking multi-generationally, many of those things that are traditional in pretty much all cultures, but have been lost a little bit. And interestingly for me, one of the things we talk about is how in our legal system, the rights, land rights, can be thought of as kind of a bundle of rights. We talk about a bundle of sticks. And it's interesting because to me, this is so typical of the modern mindset. Everything's divisible. Like, rather than thinking about the land holistically, we think about all the pieces. And so the oil companies, they want the minerals under the ground. They don't care about other parts, but they want the right to the land. The electric company wants the right to cross your land with their power lines, so they want a right of access. And so we're able, under our current legal system, to take all these sticks, all these different pieces, and divide them up. And you can have one stick, and I can have 3 sticks, and someone else can have other sticks. So we're doing it all the time in our legal system, that the big box store, they don't own the land under the store. They lease the land, but they have the right to occupy the land, the right to build on the land, and the right to run their business on the land. So we pull them apart. So if we think creatively about these bundle of rights, we can use it, instead of using it in a way that cuts up and damages the land or cuts up and damages the community, we can think about it as a way of how do we distribute these rights in a way that that is healing and is thinking long term about how to serve the community and how to serve society.